Today we're going to take the old shifter, her shifter, out of my 71 Nova. As you can see, a lot of progress and mess going on in here. This old B&M shifter is shot, pretty much. It's been in this thing since I bought it. I've had to add all kinds of parts to it as it's fallen apart, so I finally had enough of it and decided to replace it. I've replaced pretty much everything else in this car, and I just don't want to mess with it any longer. Anyway, I'm replacing it with this other B&M shifter. Got it's more like a drag racing application. I have to change this plate, gate plate, to a 4-speed. Got a 4L60 behind my LS and LS 5.7. So I got my parts here. I need to replace the 3-speed gate with a 4-speed gate. So I'm changing that piece there. Be changing out that plate with 4-speed. This is a 3-speed. And put it all together and remove the one in the car and put this new shifter in it. Anyway, back to you in a minute. All right, so first we take out these 2 screws. Pretty easy job. Just a matter of popping these C-clips loose. Ooh. What was that? Anyway, I'm take these other ones off. Pretty straightforward deal. Off. Okay. Pop the new one in. Make sure the orientation's correct. It looks correct. There we go. Put the clips back on. Now it's kind of hard to see these clips, but sorry for that. But anyway. Make sure the clip's seated. There it goes. So we're all good. All our clips are in. Put our screws back in. There we go. Cool. Make sure it works. First, second, third, fourth. Sweet. All right. Next thing, put it back in the car. All right. All right, so back to the shifter. What I've done is remove the old shifter, aka boat anchor, and put in the new one. Or basically trial fit it. So here it is. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just making sure that the cable run right here is nice and smooth. You don't want it kinked, wreck the cable. And it looks to me like maybe one of the old holes, looking down here. One of the old holes right here lines up pretty good, just about where I want this thing to sit. So what I'm going to do next, and it looks good between the seats, doesn't look like it's going to be in a bind. about right there. Looks pretty centered. About where my seat sits. Orientation's really good, not bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and drill the holes. I'll put one bolt in it, mount it up, tighten it, and then I'll go ahead and drill the next 3 holes. All right, so I'm back, and I've drilled the other 3 holes here and there. I just got the bolt sitting in it for now, but it looks good. It's straight. Just need to take and put the bolts down through there and tighten the thing down, and we'll be good to mount the cable and hook the neutral safety switch and reverse lights up to the micro switches, which I haven't installed yet. I have to put those on next. As soon as I get all this done and out of the way, then I can mount my micro switches for all that. All right, I'm back, and this thing is mounted pretty solid. Pretty nice. Definitely is cool. Got that first lock out. Anyway, all I gotta do is hook up my cable. So I left it loose so we can put it in here and line it up. Hook the cable up. So I think the easiest way to do this is I'm going to put the bolt on the inside so I don't have to hold the nut, or try to start the nut on the inside of it. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a pain in the rear end. You can't go in too far with the bolt because you got to be able to get it down the recess. Use this to help me twist it. Alright, here we go. Down in there. Line it up. That's good. No. Right. Oops, I don't reach. Line it up. That's good. No. Right. Oops, I don't know. I don't think I can. Yeah, so I'll have to use an end wrench on that. Meanwhile, I can get my cable lined up here. Put the snap ring on it. See, it appears to be good. Nice. Anyway, all I have left to do is put the clip back on here for the cable to retain it, and tighten up this bolt here so this doesn't move any longer. The cable going down in there, I like the angle. It's nice and smooth. All I have to do is put my backup light switch wires and my neutral safety switch wires. That is this unit. So I got the neutral safety switch and the backup light switch, and it mounts down in here, just about like that. And one screw goes in there, and then all I have to do is I have to cut these ends off and redo this because this is for the old shifter. It's not gonna be long enough, so I need to resplice, put it back on, but shouldn't be a problem, and we'll be set to go. Anyway, we're getting there. I'll go on the bottom next, and I'll explain how the cable hooks up and show you where the bolts went through and whatnot. All right, so now Now we've got to hook our cable up. I like the way that this came out. It's, I don't know if you can see it. It comes out over the tranny up here, and it circles. It's going to circle back around over the transmission. It's going to circle back over the transmission hump right here. It's going to come back around under the tranny support, and the angle is really good. And then I put this high heat wrap on the outside of the cable, because I'm afraid there's only just a couple inches here between the exhaust pipe and the transmission support, and I don't want to waste this new cable, so I put that on there. It fit really good. Time I zip tie that up nice and clean, it'll be plenty good. This zip tie's been here forever, and it didn't even melt, so I'm not really worried about the heat part of it. Anyway, my old mount for my shifter is going to work out perfect. I don't even have to change anything. We'll leave it the way it is. So, I'm going to nut up on here all the way and put it through here. The next, oh, forgot my star washer. Star washer on there. And the second nut. And second star washer. Pretty good. As you can see, the way this is going on here, and then the cable itself is going to be pretty much around this vicinity. It's pretty clean. I don't have to worry about this cable getting smoked. And then line it up here with the shifting. Linkage on the transmission, perfect. Came out really good. Mounted the cable, it's in the middle, which is preferably the best spot. And my cable's tight, everything's smooth. The shifter works really good. All gears line up properly. All I got left to do is tie this up with zip ties, so it's not laying on top of the exhaust, and tighten up my jam nut on my transmission mount at the very end of the cable right there, and we're good to go. Everything else looks pretty good. Can't wait to take this thing out and do some damage on the tires. Definitely a fun car, but she's still got some work. So this is my pavement research car, and this is my going to town car. Here we are with the finished product. Pretty cool. It's got these pins down here that you can pull out, and then take this cover. You can take this cover clear off to get to whatever you need to inside there. But no, this thing works freaking great. First, second, third, fourth, neutral, and then when you want to go in reverse, you gotta just barely put a little pressure on this, push this red lever forward to release reverse, so you don't end up throwing reverse while moving. Pretty cool. I like it. It works excellent. I would highly advise B&M Shifters. Pretty quality product, even though it's still made in China, as everything is, it seems like anymore. But no, just another addition. I like it. Stay tuned for the next project. Thank you. Peace out.